Awesome. Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy to have you guys here. And for those watching the recording, hello. Today we are going to be talking about lenders. I know a lot of our agents have been asking for list of lenders, what the lenders' products are, what the requirements are. And we've been having some internal discussions and things around the lenders, so we thought it would be easiest to just get on a Zoom call. And just go over some of the things that you guys had questions about. So first and foremost, as you know, we've been at the setup stage for the last couple of months. So we're in the process of onboarding all of these lenders. And we have a handful of them that have already been onboarded. So I know some of you have received documents to fill out from Sam and Joe. So make sure that you guys are staying on top of filling out those documents to be able to transact with these lenders. And basically, if you're not on the list, you're not going to be able to submit a deal to them. So it's critical that you guys are filling out that information to be able to be onboarded with the lenders. So having said that, I know there's a lot of questions about how many lenders we have. And like I said, it's an ongoing process of onboarding. But I think this conversation today is going to be really based around how many lenders do you need versus how many lenders do we have? Because there's a common misconception that the more lenders you have, the more success you'll have. And that's not necessarily the case. So I wanted to have this, kind of candid conversation with Sam, and then go back and forth and open up for questions from you guys, to kind of understand what the lenders are, how many lenders you'll need, and how to discern really which lenders you're sending deals to, and what are the advantages of having a small pool of lenders versus, spraying like a machine gun across 50 lenders per deal. So I think we'll get started. We were just having a conversation, Sam and I were having a conversation about how many lenders he uses. And so I wanted him to just kind of go into that detail with you, and then we'll just kind of start there.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I thank you for joining today. I just told my experience for 20 years. Mostly ASI I using for the TD, Scotia, First National, RMG, B2B, but pretty technically, I just selected those things ASI. Second is the Bank Home Trust. And then third is probably private, right? So when you submit the deal for a site, it's a TD, right? Specifically, TD is a salary is good for it. And then, if your salary is you can send the 50 lender, right? But the specific for Scotia, First National, Home Trust, Bank, or RFA is all different about interest rate. Like someone like the little bit cheaper, RFA, RMG is a high ratio that is more good interest rate for fixed, right? So they're gonna be more discounted than TD, Scotia, First National, right? So I don't know why you guys ask how many lender. Lender is not important. Right, it's because the just lender only specific you using the connection, like the maybe relationship with that some lender, because that is your commission, and then volume bonus is that is the effect for your deal. So my opinion is just must you have the communicate with specific lender. So you have to build up, like mostly I go for good lender for TD because I have many volume for the previously, like my history, right? Track, because even any lender, they check in every year your volume. Then if your volume is good, they give you more commission to you, or it's a relation with the underwriter. Because every year we met some underwriter team leader, right? Then we have to talk about the more deal next year, right? So even that company have a party, or they invite you to going there, then you meet your face to face for underwriter, right? That make a relationship too. Right.
So I've been talking to some lenders as we're getting them onboarded, and this is something that's been coming up too is, how many agents do you have? What's their volume? So a lot of lenders, the ones that are really picky and hard to get in with, they want to know exactly how much deals you're doing, what's the volume, and like Sam's saying, it's so important to build relationships with these lenders, and our same with I share the same opinion as Sam is, build the relationship first, and you'll see the kind of deals that are coming through. And this is something that we're going to be training you on too, is underwriting, how critical it is to know how to underwrite your deals. And then your job as a broker is to look at your list of lenders, even if it's 5, and that's how you'll start, right? Okay, maybe even 4. I know A, and it's salaried, it's gonna go to the bank. I know, I have a good relationship with someone at TD. So then you build that relationship there. Okay, I know this person is self-employed. I'm gonna go to a First National, or I'm gonna go to a B bank. This is the relationship I'm already building with this person. And these BDMs and these underwriters, they want to have these conversations with you, because ultimately we want to get to a point where you're so confident. Okay, a client comes in, they present to you their scenario, you know exactly which lender you're gonna go to. So I can only speak on the private side. I do a lot of deals on the private side. And even on the private side, I only have 2 or 3 private lenders that I deal with on a regular basis. And we have an established relationship. We go for lunch, we talk about deals, we do business together. I know exactly how they want me to underwrite their deal. So by the time it gets to the lender, they know it's a good deal. So your reputation is so important with the lender, because it can really kill your deal and kill your timeline. So if, for example, we have a relationship with a lender, a B lender or whatnot, or even a private lender, and you're only sending them deals that give them a headache. Okay, like you're only sending them a high loan to value, you're only sending them, they're constantly having to ask, who's this person, or did you check their credit, or did you check this, if they're constantly going back and forth with you, that's now a waste of their time. They only have so much time. You're one of however many agents that are bringing them deals, and your relationship with them and how effective you are, and how detailed you are, and how your deals come in are really going to affect the response time to you. Because if I'm a lender and I know Sam sends me the best deals, I know he underwrites them exactly how I would like it. He sends me everything on a summary page. I can share a summary page I have for one of my lenders. And this is something you can sit down with the lenders and also take notes while they're coming in to do these presentations. Take note of exactly what they want from you. Because if you bring it to them organized, I know some of my lenders love it when I name the files and number the files. Okay, number 1, you'll find the appraisal. Number 2, name it. Just little simple things that will put you on the top of the list, giving you more chances to close a deal, and they'll enjoy working with you that much more. And then back to Sam's point, lender bonuses, volume bonuses, priority of looking at your deal, all of these things matter, because a lot of it has to do with speed. Once a client comes to you, that your speed is critical, because otherwise they're not going to be shopping, or oh, Sam's not really taking my file seriously, let me go shop it around. And now you're competing with other agents. So as soon as a client comes to me, I said, this is exactly what's going to happen. This is exactly what I need. I'm going to turn it around to the lender. I already know the lawyer that I'm going to use. I already know the lender's lawyer, because I have a relationship with them. And it's just an ongoing thing like that. So building relationships with a smaller group of lenders that kind of cover, like Sam's saying, he has maybe 5, maybe 2 on the bank side, 2 on the B side, 2 on the private side. That's all you need, especially in the beginning when you don't have a massive volume of deals coming in. You want them to remember your name. You want them to remember your face. You want them to, start building that relationship with you, saying, okay, Dixit has good deals coming. I know he's a realtor. I know the kind of deals I'm going to expect from him. I know he's on point with all the documents, and he sends me a nice package with an application and everything's clear, he has the exit strategy, he has exactly what we need, to proceed to the next step of the deal, so. That makes sense, I'll pause there for a second, does anybody have any questions? No? Okay. Anything else, Sam, you want to add?
Because of the deal is you just best interest for client, right? So do you have to think about what your client want to know? And then if your client doesn't know, first select you have to which bank you want to go, right? Even client have relationship with the TD, then you send it to TD. But some client only interested for the interest rate, then you can check the all lender to what best rate for give to your client. Because that's why at the time, we involving for many bank we need, right? Because but mostly in my opinion that when I have the experience that most of the A lender side not different, just only 10 base point different. Even B side was 10 base point different. That's why that we're gonna be down pay, like the commission down for the 10 base point, right? So mostly that, but especially some client relation with their loyalty bank, then when you go into branch, that give you more discount for like VP discount or branch manager discount or director discount, something like that. That is specific they got. We cannot kick that over the interest rate because sometimes that interest rate is much cheaper than regular interest rate, right? So some people going to branch, then they putting the commitment, then we can bidding to that same bank. Like some client going to TD branch, then he got the 5.9, right? Then they discount 5.5, then tell the client, bring the commitment, right? Like we need a paper to send the TD bank the BDM, might be matching for the price, right? If not word to, the client say they give 5.5, right? We leave the client, but showing to document, right? That time I'm gonna be bidding the TD. Then they accept, then they discount. And then I discount 10 base point that my client got 5.4. So 10 base were cheaper than branch he got, right? So
Yeah, you
something
can
like
shop the
that.
rate,
Right,
you
shop
can
the
shop the
rate.
rate, but you can't shop the rate unless you have a commitment in your hand. So some people will do that, right? Some people will get a commitment from one bank, show it to another bank, okay, I have the loyalty here. Can you do something with the rate, right? Same with privates too. Dixie, did you have a question?
No,
Okay,
I'm okay.
anybody else for a question?
No.
Okay,
Most people, if you want to get the specific lender, let me know. I contact them, right? Because if you client say to you this bank, then I contact them, then get the agreement for 1 week, right? So when you have the deal for the mortgage, so sometimes 48 hours to 2 weeks, right? So depends on the how time faster in the bank, right? But this time is very slow sometimes because at start of the year, every bank is slow because not much bank are working, right? So, but when you start the March, that is the marketing, like, the real estate market is booming at the time. Then they have hire more, underwriter team, something like that, right? Then that is a time a little bit faster. Then might be queuing until June, July, right? Because they have too many deals on their queue line, like the pipeline. Then they are a little slow. But most to be faster is I heard 48 hours, right? Sometimes for 2 weeks timeline.
and I think as you start working, and I know, all of you have different backgrounds. I find that once you find your niche, if you are gonna find a niche, like Dick said, I know a realtor, right? So a lot of your leads might come from there. So once you establish a system that okay, I'm gonna need pre-approvals, I'm gonna need this, I'm gonna need this, you'll find that you'll use kind of the same lenders and they'll understand your business too. They'll understand how you do things, what kind of clients you're bringing in. And that's when you work up those volume bonuses as well, because you're serving a certain clientele. And for the most part, once you get really good, like obviously Sam has 20 years experience. He can rhyme off every single lender and exactly what they're good at. That takes time. So even now with your existing networks, and I was thinking about this morning when I was getting ready, like I'm having a marketing meeting later on, I think Aaron, with you, one of the things that I was thinking is, think about who's in your close circle now and what kind of networks they have. Like for example, my mom owns a Polish deli in Scarborough and they sell like amazing meats and, deli and bread and whatnot. So if I was gonna be a new mortgage agent trying to market for these deals, I can go to my mom's store and put my business card and whatnot, and those clientele that she has could be in the same realm. Okay, they all need bank loans, right? Or a lot of them are coming from whatever the case is. Maybe Dixit, you're helping people buy flips, and they're gonna need private money on in a second position to help with renovation. So then you can start getting good at that, right? So as the deals come, then you'll start asking those questions, right? And then this is what I'm here for too. I'm gonna help support you guys on the underwriting process. And Sam and I were talking about this earlier. Once you do have a deal, I know we're still in training, but you guys should be having these conversations with your networks already. I'm getting into the mortgage space. We have different lenders, different options, different solutions for you, A, B, and private side. So even if you have the conversation, come to me, message me. You guys should all have my personal number. If not, I'll put it in the chat again. And we can have the conversation. What do we need? Where do we steer this client? What kind of criteria does this client come with that can help us sort through the lenders that, okay, I know it's not going to be a private because they have a good income. Okay, I know it's not going to be a bank because they're self-employed. And then we kind of narrow it down, and the first few deals you do, then you'll understand what kind of questions you need to ask, what kind of documentation you need, and then funnel through. And it's almost like a process of elimination. I know this lender is not going to like this deal. I know this lender is not going to like this deal. Okay, you know what? Let's try with this. And then communicating that to your client. This is what I think the best option is for you. This is why you can't, we're not going to take this to the bank. Maybe it's a temporary solution. Maybe, okay, next year, let's just do a 1-year term. And then next year, when you get your credit back up, we're going to go refi you with a bank, or whatever the case is, right? So as you go and as you have deals, even if you don't think it's a good deal, just have the conversation, because every single conversation you'll have about finance will teach you something. Bring it to me. Let's sit down. We'll have a conversation about it. And then when we determine, yes, this is a viable deal, we can bring in Sam and then have his expertise help us bring it to the finish line. So that's kind of the structure that we're going to work with for now, until we, establish those teams with senior leaders. Then you'll have your appointed senior leader that will help you do that. And then ultimately bring in Sam if and when necessary.
Sure.
Yeah, good plan.
Yep.
Anything else? I think we did a lot of talking already. I just wanted to get this conversation out and hopefully, bring some clarity on the lender side. And then obviously as we go, I'm setting up a lot of these lender meetings so that they can come in and talk to you guys about their product, and it might ring, it might spark something in your mind. Actually, I know a group of people that might need this product, or I know a group of people that are self-employed. Maybe you guys belong to different networking groups. I know I belong to different, business groups and masterminds and real estate and investors. So start thinking about, who do you have in your network? What kind of network do you already have established where you can add value to those people by, when you're listening to these lender presentations, because something might spark in your head. Hey, yeah, I do have, a list of realtors that I can help, and they're having trouble closing deals because the financing keeps dropping through, and I have alternative options, for example, right? So we're gonna do lender meetings on Mondays, and then continue the training on Wednesdays. So look out in your calendar and in the group chat, usually around 11 or 11:30 on Mondays as well. All of the calls are recorded. So if you need to watch after the fact, that's okay too. But yeah, just studying what they're saying, how they work. A lot of it is personality based. I talked to one lender, he wanted to talk to me for an hour. Okay, fine. I'm not gonna do that every time, but to build that relationship and see, what his needs are and have an understanding of what they offer and what deals they like to do is another thing, especially on the B side, they have all these different requirements and different things that they like to do. So now okay, I know First National likes these kinds of deals. I know this credit union really likes these kinds of deals. So that will help you moving forward as we study their offerings and what kind of deals you guys can do with them. So that's all I have for now. Any questions, any comments, anything that you guys want to know moving forward?
Just a question, when we fill out an application form, right? And when we go to the lender submit, I don't see the lenders getting populated there, right? Do we need to do any settings to have the list of lenders there? Or?
So this is what I'm saying, right? In the beginning, Vijay is just remind me, are you a new agent? Just
Yes,
remind me.
yeah.
Okay, so in the beginning, I wouldn't worry so much about that, right? I would gather the information, even use the application form to go and have the conversation with your client. And then
Okay.
bring those deals directly to me and we'll triage the deal together.
Got it.
Right?
Okay, sounds good.
And then after, don't worry about the submission part. Now we're just getting a step ahead, right? You'll learn that for sure. We'll populate those lenders, no problem. Right now, another thing is too, is in the beginning, these lenders want the deals to come from one person, and that person's gonna be Sam or myself or another senior. Because once they see the name, okay, awesome, I know this is a good deal, and I know Sam's had eyes on it, right? Because these lenders don't want a bunch of brand new agents, nothing against you, but they know Sam, they have a relationship with Sam. I know Sam's taken a look at this deal, and now it's gonna be at the top of the queue. So in the beginning, when you do get deals, having the conversation is going to be the most important thing, because a lot of the times we'll miss, certain criteria. So the last thing you want to do is submit something that's incomplete. So it's really getting the deal, having the conversation with the client, bring it to somebody in senior leadership team. Let's have the conversation. I'm available. You guys have my personal cell phone number. You can call me, text me anytime, day and night. Let's have a conversation. I work all as Sam and I were talking about a deal over the weekend. It's not a big deal. Let's have the conversation. Time is of the essence. We want to get a quick turnaround to your client. Don't worry about who's going to submit to the lender. That's going to be our job for now. Once you have that confidence, the first couple of deals we go over and you're confident, okay, I have a package, I want to start submitting these deals myself. Okay, well, that's something that we'll discuss, right? Yes, you're ready to do that. You've already done X amount of deals, and the deals are getting better and better. Your package is more complete. Yeah, no problem. We'll go submit it to it's not a race to submit, right? We can submit it on your behalf, make sure it's complete. And make sure that, when your names are on the documents, when the lender finds, or looks at those deals, okay, Vijay, he has complete files and he has good deals coming, right? But before we get to that part, before you're actually submitting your deals on your own, the first few deals are gonna have to come through us so that we can help make sure that it's fully complete and it's good to go. We can help you underwrite that in the beginning. And that's really a matter of practice, right? As you get the deals, the experience will help you. Then you'll have lists of things and checklists of, okay, I know I need this, I know I need this, before you even bring it to us, right? But like I said, in the beginning, even if your neighbor is curious about a mortgage, we can sit down and have a meeting together, right? Or Sam, I know, has offered in the past too. So.
Got it.
Vijay,
But as of now, if there is a, if I want to fill out application, I can send the application link to the user and get those details and then come back to either of you, right?
And come back, sorry, say again.
And then I can come back to either of you to further.
Yes. Yeah, we want to sit down and look at the deal together because
Sure,
you'll
yeah.
quickly realize which ones to weed out, right? Like I know somebody came to Sam with a deal and you know, a deal is a deal is a deal. You're gonna look at all of them in the beginning. And in the beginning, you're gonna think everyone's a good deal because it's exciting, right? You're like, oh my God, I have a deal, but the deal's 95% loan to value once you ask all the right questions and you don't know how to bring that to a lender, especially, right?
Right,
So
right, yeah.
there's a lot of things like that can come up, and by asking the right questions, you'll be able to weed it out relatively quickly. But yes, that's the process. And Aaron said the same thing in the chat. He said, awesome, this is exactly what I needed to know as far as the processing. Perfect. So this is why we wanted to clear it up. You're not out there on your own, just, you know, submitting through Philogics to random lenders and crossing your fingers. No, there's, you know, experienced people here to help you do that. And once you do a few deals, then you'll start to gain that confidence, and you'll come to us with better deals too, so that we're not now weeding out. So obviously Sam is really busy doing a lot of principal broker things, and he has a business of its own. So, you know, because I have experience underwriting, this is where I'm offering you, you know, that support so that we can talk it out. I have more time. And let's talk about the deal. And then, you know, I don't know everything. I'm also still learning as far as like the bank side, because I only do privates, but this is a learning experience for everybody, and Sam's here to support us in doing that. But I think having the conversation internally is key before we even figure out how to get you to submit straight to the lender.
Yeah, the one thing that before submit to lender, then I just worry about all document I reviewing. Then because if you missing the document, is we lost the 48 hours. Because when you submit to the lender, they checking the document. When they send it back, then when you we send again, that is 48 hours spent with time. So I don't want to spend more time to the bank and with hours. So that is losing time. So I just check every document one, make a package. I review 2-3 times. Then I submit them, right? So don't worry about that one. So we're gonna be reviewing your file and reading together. So what is missing? Sometimes I'm human, you know, I'm the only human that sometimes I'm missing too, right? So because I have 20 experience, sometimes I forget the one document, right? That is come back to me and then I spend 40 hours, right? Yeah, so I don't want a mistake because if you working together, it's no mistake, okay? So
Yeah,
that's
more
correct.
eyes on the file, right?
That's correct,
Yeah,
that's correct.
yeah. Awesome. Okay, I don't know why this, we're using a different Zoom account today and it looks like it's giving us a time limit. Any other questions before we log off here? I'm glad that was helpful, Aaron. And also, you know, if we don't have a lender meeting on a Monday, I'm happy to just have an open, candid conversation about anything that you guys have that's pressing or questions or you're curious about. This is why we're here. And, you know, we've been busy setting up for the last couple of months, but now that it's, you know, we have the right people in the right seats and things are getting going, we're gonna be much more available to you. As you know, the training process is, you know, you guys had a few training sessions now, and now you're kind of ready to dive in and do some business. Let's do it. It's the new year, you know, we're here, we have more time, we have a good team. Everybody's ready and hungry. So any questions you guys have, feel free, we're available. Especially me, especially me, I'm here. I know Sam's super busy, not that we're not all busy, but you know, we're here to ensure your success ultimately and share our relationships that we've spent years and years building to ensure that. So Aaron, did you have a question? I know you came on camera looking sharp, my friend.
It's driving.
Yeah, well, I don't really. So some of my questions were more about the processing. I was like looking at Pilogics and I was like, hey, where's all this information, right? So I
Yeah,
can look at lender specifics so that I can build storylines that I need to be able to market, right?
right.
So, and that's, but yeah, so now I know now more how you want to see the process. So that's great.
Okay.
And yeah, there's most of my stuff is going to be marketing, which I'm going to do. I'll be seeing you soon enough. I'm just
Yeah.
heading down to the city now. So, So yeah, for me, it's going to be marketing. I understand that once I start marketing and I get the deals coming in, then I can come to you with the specifics, and then we'll learn from that point forward.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's great.
Exactly. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, lovely. So we will see you on Wednesday for another agent training. I don't have the calendar in front of me right now, but I think is it your training? Sam? Yeah, okay.
Underwriting.
Yeah,
Underwriting
perfect.
the breakage.
Perfect. So we'll do some underwriting, possibly a case study. And then, yeah, then we'll continue on and go from there. So thanks so much for joining us. Have a lovely Monday, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Okay.
Drive safe. Take care. Bye-bye.